Recently, we've been given huge reveals for the new Hunter releasing in Season 40 in just 9 more days. Queen Bee is a persona swap for the character Entomologist, or Meliponius, and we've been given both her official gameplay showcase and also test server gameplay. We also have a handful of other interesting information that I will share with you in this video, along with going over Queen Bee's full kit and early analysis. So if you're excited for the newest Hunter in IdentityV, then pay attention because I'm going to tell you absolutely everything you'll need to know about Queen Bee before she even releases. Let's start off with arguably the most important thing. Her kit. Now I'll be creating a much more in-depth guide whenever Queen Bee properly releases, so we're only going to go over the basics and most important aspects you'll need to know. Hunter Meli is set as a chase hunter who utilizes chip damage and high mobility to give potential for a hyper-aggressive playstyle. Her first and most important ability is called Hive Pathing. By holding the ability button, Queen Bee directs the swarm of insects' movement along a chosen path. The swarm of insects travels at 15 meters per second with a maximum range of 28 meters. She can set a new path at any time to override the current one, or click the button again to recall a dispersed swarm of insects. Let's look at what this swarm of insects actually does though. Queen Bee and her swarm of insects exist in a symbiotic bond. The swarm remains active throughout the match and can shift between several states. In dormant state, the swarm of insects does not affect survivors. This occurs anytime the swarm isn't moving. When the swarm of insects move, it enters predatory state. In this state, touching a survivor drains 18 energy from them, granting Queen Bee the assimilation effect, which increases her movement speed by 18% for 2 seconds. The same survivor can only be affected again after 1 second. When the swarm of insects is actively recalled, it enters synergy state, merging with Queen Bee. During synergy state, Queen Bee's vaulting and pallet breaking speed increases by 18%. This mechanic makes Queen Bee instantly a more skill-dependent character. You need to be good at multitasking and understanding what state you should be in at any given moment. Turning our attention to the rest of her kit though, she has a few ways to spend this energy she steals from survivors. Firstly, she can use her ability Stinger. Queen Bee spends 35 energy to condense a stinger, which will launch forward after a short delay. If it hits survivor along its path, it deals 0.5 times the normal attack damage. This is her chip damage, and the main thing to take away from it for now is that it's very fast, and like other chip projectiles, it does not have a maximum range. Next is her ability Reciprocate. When the swarm of insects is away from her, Queen Bee can spend 15 energy to fly directly to it and enter synergy state. This is a great ability because as we see in the showcase video, you can use this ability as a pseudo teleport and fly to your swarm from all the way across the map. An important part to this ability is Reflexive Sting. At the end of reciprocation, while switching back to her main body, Queen Bee can spend 20 energy to fire a stinger with no delay. This makes for a strong combo of moving your swarm over a survivor to regenerate energy, flying to close the distance, using Reflexive Sting, and then even potentially using a second stinger right after. Due to the reduced cost of the second stinger and having regenerated energy at the start of the combo, this is the most cost-effective way to do a double chip hit with Queen Bee. Lastly, we have her ability Hive Cluster. When flight ends, Queen Bee forms a Hive Cluster. She can control the cluster to move at 12 meters per second. After being in this state for 0.5 seconds, energy will begin draining at 6 per second. Queen Bee can end this state by voluntarily switching back to her main body, spending 20 energy to fire an instant stinger, or when energy drops to 0. The skill cooldown is 18 seconds. I was quite brief with her kit overview. Again, when she fully releases with Season 40, I'll have a proper in-depth guide on how her kit works, how to play her, and some good builds and strategies you can use. For now though, let's take a quick look at cosmetics, yes that is plural, that we will be seeing on her release before we end the video. This is the art for the first essence of Season 40 where we get Queen Bee. If you ask me, the skin is absolutely gorgeous. The pale blues and whites give her an almost ghostly appearance, and the butterfly motif is just amazing. I will desperately be trying to get lucky with my pulls when it drops. According to the wiki, the skin is called Memory Scar, which I'm sure has some important lore implications for the character. The other cosmetic we will see for Queen Bee specifically is from the Cage of Yesteryear event releasing alongside Season 40. We will be seeing a free A-tier accessory for Queen Bee, and while we don't have full visuals yet, we do know that this is the official design for it. It's called Life Cocoon, and if you ask me, already looks like it will end up pairing very well with her upcoming S-tier skin. That is all for this short little video. I wanted to try my hand at a more news-oriented video, and since I don't have test server access and I'm quite excited for Hunter Melly, I wanted to make just a little something before her release. Like I've said a few times in this video, I do plan on making a full in-depth character guide for Queen Bee on her release, so keep an eye out for that. If you like this video, consider subscribing and giving it a like. It helps the channel immensely if you do, and I would greatly appreciate it. Thanks so much for watching, get hyped for Hunter Melly's arrival, and I will see you in the next video.